Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, May 26, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. The national crime rate rises despite the shutdown. 9 shot dead in Chicago this weekend. Wall Street reopens for business. 2/3 of Americans now suffering from severe COVID anxiety. The CDC says watch out for ravenous rats. Also ahead, the power of God, churches versus governors. But first, more than 67,000 criminals have been released since March in order to slow the spread of COVID. The result, crime up across the USA. Shootings in New York City rising nearly 200%. Car theft up 20% in Los Angeles. Over the Memorial Day weekend, at least 9 shot dead in Chicago, about 30 people wounded by gunfire in the Windy City. COVID killing more than 4,000 people now in Sweden. The country of 10 million refused to lock down, allowing most businesses to remain open. Neighboring countries Norway, Denmark, and Finland have seen less than 1,200 fatalities combined because of strict social distancing regulations. Traders heading back to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange for the first time in weeks. The building will operate at 25% capacity. Workers must wear face masks at all times. No guests will be permitted. And everyone has to sign a liability waiver that prevents lawsuits related to the contagion. 7 in 10 adults reporting severe anxiety because of the national shutdown. Another 65% feel overwhelmed, 56% angry over the pandemic. There is some good news. Half of all Americans say they're using the time to, quote, change their lives for the better by learning new skills and working out. The Centers for Disease Control warning Americans to watch out for aggressive rodents scavenging for food while restaurants remain closed. The CDC confirming roving rat armies in Chicago, New York, and New Orleans. The vermin have even resorted to eating car tires and each other in order to survive. In a moment, God versus the governor. Right back with that commentary. You know me as a news guy, but today I'm a science guy. I've accumulated my share of aches and pains over the years, which started my quest for a natural solution. I found it in Omega XL. The stuff works, and it has 30 years of research to prove it. Omega XL is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory supplement that helps relieve joint and muscle pain. There's nothing like it. Omega XL has health benefits way beyond joint comfort. Here's another reason I take Omega XL. Research shows that it can rebalance inflammation in the body and promote a healthy immune system, vitally important. So, please do 2 things today for yourself. Stay close to your loved ones and order Omega XL, the supplement that can deliver pain relief while improving your overall health. Order now and get a second bottle absolutely free of charge. Please go to omegaxl.com/bill. That's omega, the letters xl.com/bill. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, church versus the state. As you may know, some governors continue to ban church services because of the pandemic. That includes synagogues and mosques. And some believe that this is against the U.S. Constitution and have filed lawsuits. The Constitution says, quote, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, unquote. Now, President Trump has ordered the reopening of all houses of worship and threatened to override governors if they do not, quote, I call upon governors to allow our churches and places of worship to open right now. The governors need to do the right thing and allow these very important essential places of faith to open. If they don't do it, I will override the governors. In America, we need more prayer, not less. But the question then becomes, can a president override governors on a public health matter? And the answer is maybe. In Oregon, Governor Kate Brown is taking her executive order to the state's Supreme Court after a district judge in that state ruled her ban on religious gatherings an infringement on a citizen's First Amendment rights. Ms. Brown's current order bans all faith-based meetings of more than 25 people. In California, a group of 500 pastors vowing to reopen their churches on May 31st despite Governor Newsom's lockdown order. Religious leaders have already removed 50% of the pews in some churches, helping to promote social distancing. In Mississippi, local churches filed a complaint with the Department of Justice, saying religious institutions must not be singled out for special burdens while people shop at the local Walmart and liquor stores. And this is the key to President Trump's threat. The Justice Department does have the power to go in and hurt a state if it violates federal law. So the governors have to take that into consideration. Now, critics say church services are the perfect breeding ground for new infections. One Catholic church in Texas opened on May 2nd. 2 weeks later, 5 members tested positive for COVID, and the priest died on May 13th. It seems to me that with masks and 6 feet apart for worshipers, churches in America should open. That's reasonable and respects health and the Constitution at the same time. To religious Americans, faith and the practice of it is essential. To secular people, maybe not. But President Trump has the power of the pulpit, so to speak, and I expect most houses of worship to reopen shortly. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com for the best pandemic coverage. In a moment, something you might not know. Our world has changed when you venture outside. Face coverings are the new normal, and the kind of face covering you use matters. The Boomer Materials 30-day face coverings provide 92.2% antibacterial protection. It's comfortable, easy to breathe in, speak with, and comes in both adult and children's sizes. Not only are the Boomer Naturals face coverings highly rated, but they're affordable at less than 30 cents per day. These Boomer Natural face coverings can be used up to 30 days by hand washing them with soap and water. I recommend you order yours now at boomernaturals.com. Use code BILL20 at checkout. Save 20% every time you shop. Plus, get free shipping on orders more than $50. That's code BILL20 at boomernaturals.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 200 countries are still enforcing virus travel restrictions. In America, the TSA reports a 96% drop in flights. Half of Americans are nixing their summer vacation plans. This year's busiest destination will likely be the backyard. But a majority say they plan on rescheduling the family summer vacation for 2021. And last year, 50 million Americans hit the summer road, spending more than $100 billion between May and September. Here were the top tourist destinations before COVID came to town. In Arizona, the Grand Canyon attracts 6 million people each year, but it's not the most popular national park. The Great Smoky Mountains in the southeast get 13 million visitors each year. Next, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The town was actually our nation's capital for one day back in 1777. Now, the Amish are the region's biggest attraction, 8 million folks visiting for farm fresh food. South of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 7 miles of sandy shoreline, about 13 million sunbathers every year. Also, beer enthusiasts enjoy the Ale Trail, 500 craft beers on tap in Lauderdale. Over to Nashville, Tennessee for the best live entertainment in the country, Music City, home to historic RCA Studio B, where Elvis recorded more than 200 songs. 42 million people rolled the dice in Vegas in 2019, but not everyone was a winner. Sin City made close to $7 billion in profit. Vegas currently struggling to reopen. Los Angeles, also a popular stop, 500 vacation visitors, most of them standing in line at theme parks. Disney, currently getting crushed by the virus, posting more than $4 billion in losses for the quarter. The biggest draw in America, the beleaguered New York City. 60 million visitors descended on the Big Apple last year. Food tourism, the biggest trend. There are more than 2,000 places to grab an authentic slice of pizza, or there were. New York City has been devastated by the pandemic, as I write in my column posted on BillO'Reilly.com. Back after this. When life is in chaos, your home is your safe haven, your most valuable asset. Imagine losing your home to an online scammer. In an instant, you have no place to live, and your home, your security, no longer yours. The crime is called home title theft. It happened to a friend of mine. It's one of the fastest growing crimes in the country, which is why you need Home Title Lock. The title to your home is online, where thieves can find it and forge your signature on a quitclaim deed. It then appears you sold your home. They can borrow against the house and leave you with payments. Your bank and insurance will not cover you, but you can avoid this nightmare with Home Title Lock. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com, register your address to see if you're already a victim. Use code BILL for 30 free days of protection to help you through the crisis. That's code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.